Hi everyone, this is a new pick a card reading, and the question for today is what are the positive messages or just the messages the universe wants you to know, especially during this time of coronavirus? So I hope we all stay positive. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So I'm going to put the timestamps in the comments below and then pick a pile that feels that you resonate most with. Thanks. Hi, Group 1. So these are your tarot and oracle cards for the message. What does the universe want you to know right now? So I actually see a lot of positive things because of this Four of Wands. Like maybe you guys are going to be celebrating an accomplishment, no matter how small it is, or you may, like, it might be an emotional or mental accomplishment that you're celebrating, or like someone will give you a compliment and be like, okay. Um, Also, like this Queen of Cups, I feel like you guys are going to be honest with your emotions finally because you might have been dealing with a lot of like stress, anxiety, bad habits, not being honest with yourself with this King of Swords. So I feel like maybe like through because of this coronavirus situation, you've kind of been able to reflect and be like, oh, this is what I'm not honest about, or I'm not connecting with someone emotionally. So I feel like if you guys are in a relationship, maybe you guys will be reconnecting back with your significant other because you guys might have been going through a period of like hardship or something, or you might have been separated because of the coronavirus. So I see that. And also just like there's been a lot of tough times for you, like, but these are in reverse, and this devil card represents kind of like the past bad habits. Like you're very stressed, anxious right now, and it's all going to work out with this in reverse. So we have the go outside, motivation, protection, and with God all things are possible, and shine your inner light brightly. So what I'm seeing is that like this bad habits is connected with motivation. So maybe you guys are in school online classes like I am and you're like, I'm so unmotivated to do anything. Or even if you're not in school, like maybe just work in general, you're like so unmotivated to do anything because you're stuck at home. So I feel like this like bad habit of procrastinating maybe too much, or like not, that might be one of your bad habits in that you're like unmotivated to do anything. But like if you're willing to start doing something, you know, where you're like, okay, I'm ready to take action on some idea or some project, or even just like one small thing that you always wanted to learn or try out, I feel like you need to get that motivation. So maybe go outside. Obviously, you can't like go outside, but I'm feeling maybe like you need a change in like your home, like maybe the area that you're working in isn't conducive to your productivity, so maybe changing the place where you like work, maybe even just decluttering, you know what I mean, like go outside, like that's kind of meaning like changing the status quo or whatever is in your life right now that's causing toxicity. So I feel like that is also. And then protection is like, I feel like you guys are really getting into the negativity. You guys are not really thinking positively about the situation. So the universe wants you to know it's by your side. So maybe you've lost your job because of this, or you're not making enough money. You've got so much anxiety, stress, and you're like, I don't know if, anyone's going to be on your side. So this protection card as well, and with God all things are possible. So like that's kind of reminding you, if you're like believe in God, that like God is there for you, and also the universe is protecting you. So these two kind of go side to side. And then shine your inner light brightly. I think what that reflects is that you guys have to realize that you all are good enough, and that even though you might be self-sabotage or self-doubt, and that's causing all this unmotivation, bad habits, not being honest with yourself. Like, that could also represent like self-doubt, like it's not enough self-confidence. Like, you have to be confident in yourself in order to get something accomplished. So I feel like you guys like slowly change your vibrational energy to a higher level, things will definitely pick up, things will get more positive, and see great things for you. But it just like you need like time to think things through and have that motivation. That's all I'm saying for you, Pylon. I hope you like this and consider subscribing. Hi, Group 2. So these are your tarot and oracle cards. So what I'm seeing right away is I feel like these two relate into each other really well, in that I feel like you guys are not trusting your intuition at all with the moon in reverse. But I feel like in order for you guys to be more positive about yourself, or even look forward to things because of the coronavirus situation, or just, trying to stay positive and move forward with your life, I feel like you really need to trust your intuition. So what I'm seeing is like maybe you guys are being dishonest with yourself and running away from an idea, because I feel like this Ace of Wands means that like you guys have a new idea, new project, and I feel like it will be very successful, but I feel like you guys are very scared of actually taking action on it and not trusting your intuition and gut to take on this action, this goal or new idea, and I feel like you guys are running away from it because you're not trusting your intuition. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this big good idea is really gonna help you guys like move forward and think positively about your future. Like maybe, I don't know, I'm seeing like maybe you guys lost your job because of coronavirus, and I feel like maybe that might be a blessing in disguise, and that you can finally pursue that new idea that you've always wanted, because you might be working in a job that, pays the bills, but not necessarily what you love. I feel like you also have to be patient with it, because you guys, I feel like, for some reason, think that like you want that success right away. And the reason why you're not starting it is because you're like, oh no, what if I fail? What if I succeed? What if I don't succeed? What if I don't succeed right away? And I feel like you guys will easily give up if you don't succeed right away. But what the universe is telling you is like, don't give up. Wait for winter. This card means like maybe it'll happen a couple months from now when you guys will start to really succeed and start to see the returns on the investment of your new project and idea. This also believe in magic relates to that believe into your intuition, so like really believe in that intuition, your gut intuition is right, and that this new idea is what you're supposed to do next. And see everything through the eyes of love. Okay. Okay, let's first go to retreat from the outside world. So that connects to the fact that you guys are not trusting your intuition. I feel like maybe you guys are listening to your parents, to people who might not necessarily know you that well, and be like, I think you should pursue something with more stability and make money than like what your wants, desires, and needs, and what you're passionate about. So I feel like maybe doing those introspection, introspect and see what you really need to think about and what you really want from your life. Because I feel like you guys right now are kind of existing in life, like going through the motions of life, doing what society expects of you, but not really figuring out what you want out of life, what your life purpose is. So I feel like that idea that you're going to come up with will be related to that life purpose and be like, yes, I finally found something that I love to do. And retreating from the outside world could also mean that like maybe there's too many distractions in your house, home, like things to worry about. And I feel like retreating from the outside world, maybe take some time alone, will help you actually come up with that idea. So maybe some of you guys might have the idea already, know what to do, but some of you might not know what to do. So I feel like this time is a good time for you to, step back from all the distractions, just really think by yourself to come up with this idea. And I'm also seeing that maybe, I feel like maybe you guys are jaded by love as well. I feel like maybe you had a relationship recently that did not work out, and you're like, or maybe you're like hopelessly single or hopelessly romantic, and you haven't found someone that you like in a while. So I feel like this Knight of Cups means that someone is coming into your life, or I feel like something romantic will come into your life soon. So they're telling you romance is on the way. And then also see everything through the eyes of love, I think relates to that. And that maybe you guys have been impatient about finding love, and you know, you're like, when is the love of my life gonna come? Why am I always stuck alone? Or why am I always settling for relationships that I know that I won't work out, or we don't are not right for each other. So I feel like maybe also be be patient about the love, and it will come. Like this night is coming. Also just being compassionate during this time, being sympathetic, and that if you're nice to others without respecting anything in return, you'll receive like a gift, like an unexpected gift that'll be beneficial for you in the future. So that's all I have for pile 2. If you like this, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Thanks. Hi, Group 3. So this is your tarot and oracle cards. So what I'm seeing right away, there's a lot of wands energy, and I feel like there's a lot of active energy, especially with pursuing creative pursuits. So I feel like maybe you guys have reached a point where you have always kind of played it safe, and you're like, I'm done playing it safe. I really want to pursue all these creative ideas, these new ideas. You're like not really setting boundaries for yourself, and you're just pursuing a lot of, with the 7 of Wands in reverse and 9 of Wands in reverse. I feel like you guys are just like pursuing a lot of things that you really want to do, which is a really good thing. And like you're pursuing all these hobbies, passions in your free time that you have, and then lots of things you discovered about yourself during this time. So I feel like that's really great, and you'll continue to do that in discovering your new passions, hobbies, starting new things. And I feel like this, like 10 of Wands in reverse, I feel like your suffering will be over, where you're in a lot of stress and anxiety, so that's good. This also, Page of Swords, is you're also exploring intellects, minds, and ideas, so I really feel like you're exploring a lot of good things and continuing to do that in this situation, and in this and in the future. So that's like really great energy. And I'm also seeing for like the 6 of Wands, it's like you're, I don't know, I feel like you guys are in a pretty good mood. Like the other piles, I can sense like a little sadness, stress, but I feel like this pile is really like trying to work on themselves. But I feel like one thing that I'm seeing is like you may be too focused on your own ideas, ambitions, and passions, which is really great, but I feel like maybe you need to find balance in your life, with this find balance card. Maybe you're not spending enough time with your family and friends, kind of thing, but I know that maybe you can't visit them, maybe they're not living with you, so maybe spend more time, Zooming, Skyping, video call, with your friends. I feel like that will bring you some healing in terms of like just, you know, being relaxed, because I feel like maybe you guys are pursuing like go, 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 go. I feel like you guys are not being really relaxed. So this fine balance, so I feel like being with your friends and family help you find the balance, work life balance kind of thing. So maybe you might be working a little bit too hard. Yeah, and it's time to be adventurous and play. Well, I think that relates to these like new ideas, and you're just pursuing them, like taking a risk and doing all these fun, cool things that you wouldn't have been able to do. So, like, I feel like that the universe is saying, keep on doing that, keep on doing that. And also, I feel like focus on your blessings. Maybe a lot of you aren't sure what you're really gonna do in your future. Like, your future is up in the air, so I feel like this pursuit of the new ideas and risks will help you come to realization of what you want to do with your career, what's next in your life, or like maybe also just like focus on family is what I'm getting. Because like maybe I feel like maybe you take your family for granted, and I feel like maybe sometimes you might be like, I'm not good enough, but as well, like I'm getting that tiny sense. I feel like maybe sometimes you're pursuing these, for some of you, you're pursuing all these hobbies and risks to find out what you're really good at because you feel like you're not good at anything, or you feel like you need to develop a skill or hobby because you feel like you don't have anything. And I feel like every person has their own unique ability. And so I guess I feel like some of you may already know what it is, but I feel like you're not really identifying with it. So I feel like looking inside, introspective, to find out what it is that you really are good at. And I feel like maybe this scramble will start to decrease, but I feel like also a lot of you just have a lot of hobbies and passions that you like to do, so you're pursuing those as well. Also, like maybe you're blessed in this time, maybe that also for some of you, yeah, that like you guys might have not lost your job, or you're in a home with your parents and everything's okay. And so I feel like during this time we need to focus even more about how privileged we are that we're able to work from home and get money for a job, and you know be able to complete schoolwork and stuff. So I feel like maybe using the privileges or the finances that you have, you might contribute that to a foundation that helps with coronavirus or anything, donations, understanding, being sympathetic of others. And I feel like this group, I feel like, has their life pretty stable right now, and I feel like using whatever you have, whatever resources you can spare to give to others, will be really impactful and be great for your career. So, and other life in general. And I feel like that might help you find the balance you need between working on yourself and caring for others as well. So that's all for group 3. If you like this reading, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Thanks.